Good morning and welcome back to the kitchen. On today's episode, we're going to do something with apples. The best apples for cooking for me are the gala apples because when they're stewed, they hold their shape. So we're going to be making a shortcake today with these apples. I won't need all of them, but come along with us and we'll show you what we can do with these apples.
That's the shit. That's the spot.
We're going to be needing 5 to 6 large apples. These aren't large, so we're going to have to add a few more. And you're going to start by peeling and coring the apples. And we will stew it with a couple of tablespoons of water. Cover and steam the apples until they are tender. And then let them cool down. Now, I don't add any sugar to my apples, but I do, however, add some cinnamon. If you choose to add some sugar, or about a couple of tablespoons if you wish. Otherwise, I find the apples are generally sweet enough and I will add some sugar into the pastry. Shall we begin? And whilst the apples are cooling down, we'll start to prepare the batter. You'll need 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 125 grams of butter, and we're going to whip the butter and gradually add the 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You also want to make sure that your butter is at room temperature. Once your butter has creamed, time to add 2 eggs, one at a time until well beaten, and then you're going to add this to your dry ingredients. Okay, I have creamed my butter, eggs and sugar, so I'm going to pour it into my mixing bowl and then I'm going to add my dry ingredients. So at this point you will need to fold in your flour. Gently fold the mixture in. And 1 cup of plain flour. Keep folding until all the ingredients come together. Now what we do is I divide the mixture into 2 and I will chill each mixture for 30 minutes. Okay, so after 30 minutes, take one of the pastries out, flour the surface of your bench, and you're going to roll this out into almost a square. Don't worry if it's not perfect, you can pat the rest in a 9-inch tin and make sure you line it, base and the sides. So, let's go. placing the apples on the top of the last pastry that we rolled out. We're going to roll out our second piece of pastry as much as possible as a square. Now you may need to add a little bit of extra flour to this if it comes apart, but don't worry, once we've placed it on the top of the apples, you'll be brushing over 2 tablespoons of milk and that'll bring the dough together. So place the dough, the second layer of dough over the top, and now you're going to brush a little bit of milk over it. The pastry will come together, and then we're going to sprinkle 2 tablespoons of sugar. Our cake is now ready to be baked. Bake it in an oven of 165 degrees Celsius for approximately 50 minutes. Once out of the oven, let it cool down and then transfer it onto a plate. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this segment on this delicious apple shortcake. It holds lots of memories for a particular person, and that's Peter, because his mother used to make this on a regular basis. So, without further ado, Peter's going to do the taste test.
I already know, Joe, it's going to be lovely. Good. Reminds me of years gone by.
That's all from me tonight. I hope you get to try it sometime. A lovely dessert or something to serve with an afternoon tea. Until next time. Bye folks.